right, here we are. This is day 2 of the Firebox. We kind of ran out of daylight yesterday, so we got ahead and went cooking. But I really wanted to touch on the Freestyle stove. This is my newest acquisition from Firebox stoves, and I just want to go into it. It's a really modular stove and very functional. So let's open her up. And I think the entire name is a Firebox Freestyle Modular Kit. And what comes in the kit is actually 2 Freestyle stoves. 2, they come in their nice cases. And an assortment of grates. Some fire sticks, some longer ones, and we'll get into why those are, as well as these pins, right? And I bet these are for the gas burner that it comes with, so that it'll snap right in. So let's go ahead and we'll sit these off to the side, and we'll go with the first one. And the first one, this is the one that we ended up cooking the beans with yesterday, if you watched that one. So there's a long grill grate. This goes on top, I'll show you that. Nice little bag. Some Ranger, a Ranger band. There goes Archie. That was our neighbor, our RV neighbor, he's leaving. Here we go. So this is a little bit of a combination. I'm not sure if you're really familiar with a lot of the Firebox products, but it has the feet like the Nano, but it's got the rigidity and the size closer to the G2. So we have these 2 fire sticks going at the bottom, and that's one of the differences between the Freestyle stove that we have here and the G2. The G2 has a grate that's built right into it. Let's see here. Try to figure this out. There we go. And it pops down into the bottom, and then that gives it that rigidity. It no longer folds or anything like that. And then we have this grill grate that just goes right on top. So if you have a pot or anything on top, perfect.
And that doesn't lock in on the top, right?
It doesn't lock in. It's just one of those that just lays on there. And you know, if you want to put like a burger or some hot dogs, things of that nature, it'll fit right on there. If you have the alcohol burner inside or the butane gas burner in there, it'll do just fine. So like I said, it's a modular stove, so it has many different configurations. One thing I want to touch on before we move on to the next is that this serves as a case for it, or a case and a like a little mat, so that if you're in an area in the woods where you're afraid of either burning the ground or anything like that, you can go ahead and use it right there, put in your wood, and everything falls in there and you won't scorch the earth. So the other thing I wanted to touch on, it's a 4-panel stove, and each panel has a little dot in it. So panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, and panel 4. And we'll go into why those are important for the different configurations. So stand by, and we'll go ahead and get with the first configuration. All right, we're back with our first configuration. This is the how it comes with the 4-panel setup. And so the first one, that if you look in the documentation, it's called the torch. And so what you do is you remove one of the panels, panel number 3, which is facing you, and then you connect panels 2 and 4 together to make a 3-panel stove. So we'll go ahead and remove our existing fire sticks and the bottom fire grate. Fold it back. We will locate panel number 3, and here it is. Pull the legs out. Panel 3 comes right off. Go ahead and line up panels 2 and 4 together and slide the leg back in. So there we have the torch. And you can slide in some fire sticks to support the Toaks alcohol burner. And so that'll slide right in there. The Trangia alcohol burner that I have does not fit this one, so I may go ahead and pick up the Toaks as well. It's a little bit too fat. And the main purpose behind this 3-panel stove is to kind of make it like a Swedish torch. So you can get 3 or 4 sticks, maybe a half in diameter, maybe 6 inches long, and stand them on end, and then the fire will come up through the center of them. And so it's marketed as, you know, a high altitude, so it has lots of oxygen flow. So that is our first setup, the torch. All right, for our second stove modification, we're going to go ahead and connect these 2 separate Freestyle stoves into the 8-panel stove. So what we need to do is remove the leg from panels that connects panels 1 and 2 together on stove A, and the same thing on stove B. Right, so we'll put the little legs off to the side here. We'll lay them flat, and then we have to connect panels 1 and 2 together from the 2 different stoves. A little bit of an issue. There we go. Pops right in. And then we'll do panel 1 and 2 on the other side. All right. We'll stand it up. Per the instructions, each stove comes with its own instructions to go through the modifications. There's a 6-panel and an 8-panel, and so we're just going to skip ahead and do the 8-panel, right? So you want the little wind dampeners on the short ends, and then you put in the fire sticks for support for the fire grate. And again, I'm putting them in the bottom position, but depending on what kind of fuel you're using, you can there's all these little notches, so you can put it to any height you want. All right, and then we will go ahead and use our included fire grate, and you can see it has a hinge in it, right? So for this modification, we're going to use the entire grate extended, but if you go with the 6-panel stove, you take 1 panel off of each stove and put them together, you would use, I guess, 2/3 of it. And there we go. And there it is. There's your rigidity. So if you had a mug, you could, you still have the fire sticks, you could put a mug or anything on top.
Yeah, so you got the longer ones for like a bigger bush pot. You got the smaller fire sticks for like a normal size, maybe a quart size pot. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's just so many configurations you can do it. So you could use charcoal, you could use wood, you can put those sticks in and use a alcohol burner if you want.
You could still
wide enough to fit and just grill on top of that.
Yeah, so you could actually do 2 things, right? You could actually grill something, a steak, hamburgers, or anything of that nature, and then have hot water boiling for something else. So that's the nature of this one, is that you could cook multiple things at the same time. So the next configuration is a fire pit. So come right back. All right, so we just showed you the 8-panel stove, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and convert this to the 8-panel fire pit. So basically, you just take the grates out, and then you install the fire sticks from panel 1 to panel 3 on both sides. So I'll start with the ones that are facing me, from 1 to 3.
Yep.
And we'll go 3 to 1. And again, there's little dots on all the panels that tell you what the numbers are. It's a race. I hear a big lawnmower coming, so let me see if I can get this before he gets around to us. So here's 3. To 1. It's a little bit of a tight fit. Let's see.
All right, everybody, just a quick word from some of the supporters of the channel. First Slammer Series turkey calls. They're made by a hunter for hunters. If you're looking for a new turkey call, visit www.slammerseries.com. Also, Aqua Leisure Services LLC, serving the Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and surrounding areas, meeting all your pool and spa needs. Science Scientists, providing a broad range of services, including wall, murals, vehicle wraps, design, print, and marketing services. Regardless of your business requirements, their experts are up to the task. Visit www.sciencescientist.com or call 919-685-7641. Also, Tactical Creations. We're a small personalized business that's here to help you personalize items to make the gift that you give that much more special. Visit www.tacticalcreation.com or call 770-548-2691. If you're interested in purchasing any NC Piedmont Outdoors apparel or Slammer Series apparel, visit our Teespring site. The link is in the description box.
All right, Lawnmower Man is gone, so we'll go ahead and continue. So we just have the last stick to go from panel 3 to panel 1. And this one's probably going to be the hardest one since this is so stiff. That out. Then we'll take the large grate, the large round grate, and we just drop it in at the bottom. And that gives us our rigidity, right? So we can do, we can use this as a little fire pit, you know, it'll help be really efficient with our wood, or we can actually use it to cook with because the Freestyle mod kit comes with these extra long fire sticks. So they will actually bridge the gap. So you can have a pot, you can have a couple pots, and be really supportive. So yeah, multifunction. So again, I'm a big fan of the Firebox stoves, whether it's the G2 or the Freestyle. I don't have the Nano, but that's a great stove, as well as the Scout. So definitely, if you like stoves and you like high quality, check them out. It's www.fireboxstove.com. So yeah, check them out. Good products.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching this review of Firebox stoves, and this is the what was the name of this particular one? This was the
Freestyle mod kit.
Freestyle mod kit. So you saw the other videos we did with the stoves. This is the Freestyle mod kit we wanted to show you and all the different configurations. So thanks for watching, and go ahead, if you like what you see, please hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, we'd be happy to have Mark answer them for you. He knows all about these Firebox stoves.
Thanks for watching NC Piedmont Outdoors, camping, fishing, and hunting adventures.